Episode 4: The Price of Beauty. Monday morning arrived with the crisp clarity that follows a storm, and Aiko stood before the cracked mirror in the shared bathroom, hardly recognizing herself. Even after the weekend rain had somewhat undone the boy's careful work, her hair still held traces of his kindness. It fell more naturally around her face, caught the light differently, and, most importantly, moved like hair was supposed to move. She had spent Sunday experimenting with the basic techniques she remembered him using, carefully working through her hair with her fingers and some diluted shampoo she'd found under the sink. It wasn't perfect, but it was progress. The walk to school felt different too. Her steps were lighter, her posture straighter. For the first time in months, she wasn't trying to disappear into herself. She caught her reflection in shop windows and didn't immediately look away in shame. But it was the reaction of her classmates that truly drove home how much had changed. "Whoa, Aiko!" Mei Tanaka, a girl from her math class, stopped mid-conversation with her friends to stare. "Is that really you?" The group of girls gathered around Aiko's desk, their expressions ranging from curious to amazed. These were the same girls who had barely acknowledged her existence for months, who had treated her like a piece of furniture they occasionally had to work around. "Your hair looks really nice," said Yuri Sano, the unofficial leader of their grade's social hierarchy. "What did you do to it?" "I just washed it properly," Aiko said quietly, still not quite believing this was happening. "But how?" pressed another girl, Nana. "I mean, it looks like you went to a professional salon or something. Did your aunt finally take you somewhere?" The attention was overwhelming. More students were gathering now, drawn by the unusual sight of Aiko being treated like a normal person. Some of the boys had started to notice too, including Takeshi, the same boy who had pressed the love bug into her hair just days earlier. "It's like you're a completely different person," Mei said wonderingly. "I had no idea your hair could look like that." The compliments kept coming, each one landing on Aiko's heart like drops of healing rain on parched earth. For the first time since starting middle school, she felt visible in a good way, seen as something other than an object of pity or disgust. But not everyone was pleased with her transformation. "I don't understand what the big deal is," came a sharp voice from the back of the crowd. Rina Yoshida, one of the more popular girls, pushed through the group with an expression of poorly concealed jealousy. "It's just clean hair. That shouldn't be such a shocking accomplishment." The comment stung, but it couldn't completely dampen Aiko's newfound confidence. She had experienced genuine kindness from a stranger, had seen proof that she was worth caring for. No amount of petty cruelty could take that away. The attention continued throughout the day. Teachers did double takes when calling her name. Classmates who had never spoken to her before struck up conversations, and for the first time in months, Aiko felt like she belonged somewhere. It was this glow of acceptance that she carried home with her, this dangerous feeling of hope that made her forget to be careful. She should have known her aunt would notice immediately. "What did you do?" Aunt Mariko's voice cut through the evening air like a blade as Aiko entered the kitchen for dinner. The familiar knot of anxiety formed in Aiko's stomach, but she tried to maintain some of the confidence she'd felt at school. "I washed my hair properly. That's all." "That's all?" Mariko's voice rose dangerously. "You've been walking around looking like a street urchin for months, and suddenly you know how to make yourself presentable? How?" Aiko's cousins, Daisuke and Yumi, looked up from their homework with interest. Family drama was always more entertaining than math problems. "Someone showed me the right way to do it," Aiko said carefully. "Someone? Who someone?" Mariko stepped closer, her eyes narrowing. "What aren't you telling me?" "Just someone at the park. They helped me." The slap came so fast Aiko didn't see it coming. Her aunt's hand connected with her cheek with a sharp crack that echoed through the kitchen, leaving her ears ringing and her face stinging. "You were at the park?" Mariko's voice was deadly quiet now. "After I specifically told you to come straight home from school?" "I was just..." "You were just what?" "Meeting boys?" drawing attention to yourself like some kind of... Mariko's face twisted with disgust. Just like your mother. What does that mean? Aiko asked, her hand pressed to her burning cheek. What about my mother? Your mother, Mariko spat. Thought she was too good for this family. Thought her precious hair salon and her magazine features made her better than the rest of us. And look where it got her. She was successful, Aiko said desperately. She helped people feel beautiful. What's wrong with that? What's wrong? Mariko's laugh was bitter. What's wrong is that she abandoned her family for strangers. What's wrong is that she cared more about making other people pretty than taking care of her own responsibilities. What's wrong is that she died and left us to clean up her mess. The words hit Aiko like physical blows. How did she die? That's none of your business. Mariko's voice turned cold and final. And you're not going to follow in her footsteps. From now on, you come straight home from school. No stops, no detours, no parks. You go to school and you come home. That's it. But, no buts. Mariko grabbed Aiko's chin roughly, forcing her to make eye contact. And if I find out you've been meeting boys or drawing attention to yourself, there will be consequences. Do you understand me? Aiko nodded, tears streaming down her face. Good. Now get out of my sight. And Aiko? Mariko's grip tightened. Wash that nonsense out of your hair. I don't want to see you looking like that again. As Aiko climbed the ladder to her attic room, she could hear her cousins' voices below, already moving on to other topics as if nothing had happened. Her cheek throbbed where her aunt had hit her, and her heart ached with the fresh weight of restrictions that felt like prison bars closing around her life. But as she touched her still soft hair in the darkness of her room, she made a silent promise. Her aunt could slap her, could threaten her, could try to crush every dream she'd ever had. But she couldn't erase what Aiko had learned about herself in that moment of kindness at the park. She was worth caring for. She was capable of transformation. And somehow, some way, she was going to find a path forward, even if she had to walk it in secret. The boy with the kind eyes and the Spanish accent had shown her who she could be. Now it was up to her to figure out how to become that person, no matter what obstacles stood in her way. Her transformation at school had been just the beginning. The real journey was yet to come.